Welcome back to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Leo here. Caden, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Max?
I'm doing well myself. We got a few games to talk about this weekend.
Yes, we do.
We also have a few buys in college football this week, Caden.
Yes, we do.
Some notable teams that we usually talk about in this podcast are not going to be playing in Colorado and Texas. So let's just hop right into the college football matchups that are notable for the week.
Yeah, so tonight, as you're watching this Friday night, you have Syracuse, who's visiting now number 25 ranked UNLV, where UNLV is favored by 6.5. What are your thoughts on this one, Max?
Yeah, UNLV's a tough team, Caden. I do like that line at 6.5. I think that's a little indicative of what kind of matchup we are going to expect. But I do like UNLV to cover.
Okay, see, I'm the opposite here.
Ooh.
I like UNLV look good, especially like last week, first week without their quarterback, that whole controversy. They put up 59 points.
Yeah.
Like, their offense is looking great. Syracuse's offense has also looked good this year.
Yes.
Kyle McCord, transferred from Ohio State, has been looking really good. I think, for one, I like the over in this game.
I also like the over.
I think this should be a good high-scoring game, and I think Syracuse, I can see a world where they actually win this game, but
Really?
I do think they should be able to come and keep it within that 6.5, that touchdown.
So you like them to
I like them to cover.
Okay.
I might sprinkle a little on the money line, not sure, but I do like them to cover.
Feeling dangerous, Caden. We're already disagreeing coming to this week. Should be an exciting matchup. We're going to be watching that one closely
Yes, we are.
tomorrow night.
So then Saturday morning, we got our only ranked on ranked matchup this week. We have number 9 Missouri going and visiting Texas A&M, where somehow the Aggies are 2.5 point favorites. What are your thoughts?
I don't know how the Aggies are 2.5 point favorites.
know.
I think this should be an easy Missouri cover.
Thank you. I already bet Missouri moneyline passed on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think this spread doesn't make any sense to me. It's not like Luther Burden's in. He's still playing.
Yeah.
Missouri is a far better team than this A&M team that we've seen struggle.
I was going to say the inconsistency out of this A&M team.
The way they've been winning games has not been none of their wins have been confidence boosters. Like, they're close, little one score, eke them out wins. It's like, I don't know. And Missouri is I know last week time when they played it, they had a double overtime day. Like, they had to beat Vandy. That they don't care. They're a much better team wise than A&M.
Yeah,
and they should, even though it's at A&M. I don't care. I think Missouri should be able to handle business.
Yeah, and you talked about that Vandy game. Yeah, it was one of those, but I think they've already moved on past that game.
I would agree. Yeah.
I think they're already taking that next step forward. The level of competition they've played this year already. They've had a couple good games, solid opponents. I just like where this Missouri team is at, especially in the trenches.
Yeah.
I think, of course, we mentioned it. Who was the other ranked team or maybe not ranked, but they had a big matchup.
Oh, Boston College.
Boston College,
It was the Boston
right?
College matchup.
So we talked about how Missouri's trenches was going to ultimately be the deciding factor in there. I think the same thing could be said in this Texas A&M game, kid.
Yeah. And then, the last college game we have to talk about, we have SMU, the ACC newcomer.
Yes.
They are traveling to number 22 ranked Louisville, where Louisville is a 6.5 point favorite.
Again, Caden, the 6.5 point line. This one's a little closer. I honestly am on the flip side of you with this one. I like SMU to cover the 6.5.
So do I, actually.
Wow.
See, I'm big on the underdogs here at college football. I think SMU, coming over from, a group of 5 conference, coming up to the Power 4, I guess now,
Power 4.
With the ACC. SMU, I thought, was going to have a really good year. They haven't started out exactly how I thought they would. They're off a little slow, but I still really like this SMU team. Louisville, they played close against Notre Dame. That was a lot of second half stuff.
Yeah.
Notre Dame started out that game really hot and then just kind of stopped scoring. But I feel like SMU really, should be able to keep this game pretty close throughout the entire game.
Same thing with you. I'm also a fan of the Mustangs.
Yeah.
I just like the way they play football. I've liked the program over the years. Just a very consistent program within the talent that they're able to produce. Of course, Cortland Sutton, Emmanuel Sanders, both products.
Texas legend Shane Buechele.
There you go as well. That's a crazy pool. But yeah, Caden, a few good college matchups. We're definitely going to miss Colorado and Texas this weekend.
Yes, we are. That would be our two teams are on the same week.
Ridiculous.
Hey, but going into the NFL, we just witnessed probably the best Thursday night football game that we've seen.
All year.
Oh, easily all year, but probably one of the best we've ever seen since it's been put on Prime. This is the Thursday night games they've been looking for. We saw a shootout in Atlanta, 36-30 overtime thriller.
Kirk Cousins with 509 passing yards and 4
touchdowns. Like, he threw that pick that was on a 4th and 15, whatever. Kirk Cousins finally looked like what they paid him all that money for.
His throws were a lot of timing throws, Caden, that he's been missing this year. They haven't been rhythm. Drake London,
Darnell Mooney, except for that crucial drop.
Except
it didn't end up mattering.
Yeah, but ultimately Falcons did win. There was a fumble.
Oh, yeah, by Bucky Irving.
I mean, I wouldn't put the game on him with that fumble, but I was going to say it did change the momentum.
It did change the momentum, and if he doesn't fumble, the Bucs have a chance right there to run that clock out and just end the game there.
And just end the game.
Make it so Kirk doesn't have that chance to go on that, once again, no timeouts, about a minute left to be able to drive down and get him into scoring range to be able to tie the game.
Again, Drake London making a crucial play. And not only that, the time management to get the ball snapped, just really veteran play. And then in overtime, that throw.
Yeah, Drake London gets hurt. All of a sudden, Hodge comes in, catches it, and it just blows by every defender.
Right at the seam, man. I was waiting for the second level defender to tackle. I kept waiting, and he was gone.
Yeah, he never,
Within a flash. It was really a fantastic, exciting matchup. Baker Mayfield, electric in the first half, quiet in the second half, Kate.
Yeah, great first half. Didn't do anything in that second half to really have noticed.
Definitely was just a game that the Buccaneers just lost, in my opinion, Kate. And I think they had the win right there in their hands, and they kind of just fumbled it away at the end.
I would agree.
Moving on to some of the matchups we want to talk about for the Sunday slate of games, Caden. Give us that first early matchup.
So the first one we got is, I assume most of you won't be watching the game. I will. It's going to be a really bad football game, probably kind of like that Jets-Broncos one last week. We got the Dolphins and Snoop Huntley traveling to New England, where the Dolphins are a 1-point favorite.
Caden, I don't know how the Dolphins are a 1-point favorite.
After they just got killed by Will Levis and the Titans.
And knowing the fact that they have to travel in to Foxborough, I think this is an easy cover for the Patriots.
The Patriots, what they usually do with the Dolphins is they'll split, and it's usually a home and home.
A home and home.
They suck in Miami, but they love to beat them at home. And I know Jacoby Brissett hasn't done anything all year. It sucks. Prayers for David Andrews, season-ending shoulder surgery, captain, top, lovely, great guy. Sucks to see him out. It's going to put a lot of strain on already one of the worst if not the worst O-lines in the league.
Yes.
Yeah. But that Dolphins offense is so bad.
Caden,
we
see the turmoil going on in Miami. We see the players clashing a little bit now, Caden. We see all Tyreek Hill's a little bit of outbursts the other day. Mike McDaniel does not look like he's having a good time.
Not at all.
It is kind of maybe Shedeur Sanders time in Miami, allegedly. Who knows?
Hey.
I'm not going to say anything else about that. Let's move on to our next game.
Next game should be a great game in my eyes. We got the Buffalo Bills coming off an absolute beatdown by the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Traveling to Houston to face C.J. Stroud and the Texans, where the Bills are a 1-point favorite.
Which, Caden, I understand why the Bills are a 1-point favorite, given the experience of Josh Allen.
And what they've done throughout the season up until
last week, right? I think this is going to be a pivotal moment in the Bills season. I think we're going to see what this Bills team is made of. If they fire back and keep this game within even one score, and it's a shootout and they lose a close game, you lost to a good team. If this team comes out and gets dominated like they did against the Baltimore Ravens, Caden, or they lose by 10 or more points, I'm going to be very concerned with the Buffalo Bills moving forward. That being said, I don't think that's going to happen. However, Caden, I'm so on the fence with this one. I want to lean towards C.J. Stroud, but I do think Josh Allen's going to bounce back this week.
Okay, well, here I am, take my 5th straight underdog. I like the Texans here at home with C.J. Stroud. I mean, like you're saying, the Bills could come out, wipe out everything last week, and just go out and just dominate. But I really like the way the Texans have been able to move the ball on offense this year. Nico Collins is the leading receiver in the NFL right now. Stephon Diggs has looked great in his role. They're both in my eyes, really good football teams.
Yes, most definitely. Definitely
one
of the potential topper echelon teams in the AFC going to the playoffs.
But I think a lot of it, too, because it is being played in Houston, I think, given that home field advantage, I think the Texans, should be able to pull out that home win.
I don't hate to take Caden. I will be riding with the Buffaloes -1 in this case.
Hey, now we got your Broncos, though. Coming off 2 straight wins.
Yes, you do.
Are now a 2.5-point favorite against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Finish off that little bit of a road stretch. 2 long road games on the coast, back-to-back. getting some wins, getting some confidence. I love the way that defense unit has been playing, Caden. And I think especially against a struggling Raiders offense, this is a favorable matchup for Denver. However, we know that since they've been in Vegas, the Broncos are on a losing streak, Caden.
Yes.
I do think this is the week it snaps. I don't project a lot of points. I'm going to say about a 21. I don't even know if I might go like, I'm going to cut 3 off that. I'm going to say an 18 because there's going to be something weird that happens in this Broncos-Raiders game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say an 18-15 Denver win.
See, yeah, I like that. This is my first, favorite I'm picking. I like the Broncos. No Devontae Adams, no Max Crosby. That's the Raiders' 2 best players right there, just gone.
Yes.
And now you expect Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell, whoever they want. I like the Broncos defense a lot. I don't see really a world where the Raiders are going to be able to drive the ball down the field a lot and be able to put up the points needed to win the game or even cover.
And actually, I might even change my score a little bit. Because if you think about this, the defenses Bo Nix has been going against when he has struggled have all been top 5 defenses in the NFL. We saw what he was able to do against the Buccaneers. If Sean Payton plays aggressive and they
lets him throw the ball,
sling the rock down the field, I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos got some revenge on the Raiders and really busted this one open.
Oh yeah, 2.5 points. I can easily see the Broncos winning by a touchdown.
Yeah, most definitely.
Even a 20-10 final score around there.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be really hard for the Raiders to put up points. And I think if Sean Payton lets Bo Nix throw the ball, let him air the ball out, it should be a good week for the Broncos.
I agree with you on that one completely, Caden.
Yep. And now going into our primetime games, we got our Sunday night football. You got the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the Steelers are 2.5-point favorites.
Yes, Caden, Steelers are going to find a way to win the football game, and Cowboys find ways to lose football games.
Very true.
I think looking at strictly a head coach, where this game's being played, on paper the Cowboys are probably, supposed to be the better team.
Yes.
Paper doesn't matter when you have to play football in the trenches, in Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers come away with the win here.
So yeah, I'm the opposite on this one. I'm still not a believer in Justin Fields.
I'm not saying I'm a believer. I just trust the Steelers defense.
I trust their defense, but I have zero faith in the Steelers offense, even though the Cowboys defense isn't great by any means.
No.
I still don't like the Steelers offense.
That's fair.
I think even though the Steelers have this great defense, I think it will probably end up with a low-scoring type of game here on Sunday Night Football. I like the Cowboys, yes, to cover, and I believe they should be able to win this game in Pittsburgh. Kind of like a 2017-ish type game.
That's your prediction?
Kind of around there. But with the Cowboys not only covering, but coming out on top.
I got to disagree with you, Caden. I think that TJ Watt's going to be able to put the pressure on Dak Prescott. He's going to cause a turnover. I think Dak's going to get antsy in that pocket, and when he gets antsy, that ball's going to go to the other team. So I look for TJ Watt to be a big factor in this game. I think the Steelers' defense is going to be able to set the offense up for some points, or I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a scoop and score pick 6. That's my prediction. I'm going to say the Steelers' defense goes ahead and gets a touchdown this week.
Hey.
And propels them for a big victory. Shout out Choff, by the way.
Shout out Choff. OGs remember him.
OGs remember.
Hey, last game of the week, we got to talk about Monday Night Football.
Yes, sir.
You got the New Orleans Saints going down to Kansas City, where the Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites.
I don't understand who designs the Chiefs schedule where they get just very favorable matchups, even when they have hard games, too. They get to play them at home.
They get to play them.
The Saints are an interesting team, Caden.
Started the year off amazing.
Yeah.
Last 2 weeks have looked weird. Haven't been able to do much on offense.
We know the potential that offense has. I just don't think on the road in Kansas City against Steve Spagnuolo that it's really a recipe for success for them.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Losing Rashee Rice is obviously terrible for them.
Yes.
Xavier Worthy's looks great.
And you have Andy Reid.
Yeah, exactly. You still have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. You still have Andy Reid as your head coach. You still have Chris Jones on that D-line. The Chiefs are a good football team.
Yes.
I think, this game will be dictated on how Derek Carr and that offense
I agree.
come out. If they're able to sling the rock, move the ball like that the first couple weeks, they could cover easily and maybe even pull off an upset. But
hey, and Derek Carr has played Mahomes before, same division. We know Justin Simmons had his moment. So maybe Derek Carr comes out slinging against the Chiefs. Maybe he's familiar with Spagnuolo's defense, knows what kind of pressure he's going to bring.
Maybe, but on the other hand, I like the Chiefs this game. I like the Chiefs to cover the 5.5.
So do I, Cade. Thank you all for listening this week. I think we had a fantastic show, and we'll see you all next time.